Welcome to the Radio Vault Mystery Theater. I am the keeper of the vault. Tonight we talk about things that just won't go away. Some traits seem to be inherited, while others are destined to live in us forever. Your story tonight is the Pilgrimess of the Parsonage. Ellen Graber had remained single all her life. One man in particular had made her realize she would always be single. His name was David Powell, a very attractive banker. He had laughed at her tears when he broke it off, telling her that she was way too boring and to move on and get a life. She also had two siblings, a sister Edith and a brother Edward, that both said the same thing. Though the family did usually enjoy Thanksgivings together.
Edward, so glad to see you. Come in, you guys.
It is good to see you, too. I have a special treat this year that we will talk about after dinner. Oh, I can smell the turkey.
Yes, it should be done in a few minutes. Did you guys bring the pies?
Yes, apple, pumpkin, and pecan.
That must be Edith. Edith, so glad you could come. Edward and Phyllis just arrived.
We brought mashed potatoes and stuffing. I trust you made the green bean casserole.
Yes.
And the turkey. Did you check the temperature in the body, breast, wings, and legs? They need to be at least 165 degrees, but no more than 170. We don't want to eat raw turkey or incinerated bird either.
Not quite there yet. Where's Henry and the girls?
Oh, they're at home taking care of a few chores. They will be here soon. I wanted to come ahead and help out with the food preparation.
Henry and the girls arrive, and the family all sit down together for dinner. Afterward, they adjourn to the living room, all gorged on the feast they had. After a few minutes, Edith speaks up.
Okay, girls, time to clean up.
Hold on, Edith. I have a surprise. I did some research on our family genealogy, and I'd like to read it to everyone if that's all right. Not much information available. I was only able to find things going back to 1692.
Wasn't that around the time of the Salem witch trials?
Well, yes, it was. And actually, one of our ancestors was accused of being a witch and murdered. Her name was Karen Graber. Everyone called her the Pilgrimess of the Parsonage because she cleaned the local minister's house.
Edward kept on talking about the genealogy in an excruciating monotone. And with a full belly, Ellen became drowsy and started nodding off. Finally, she rose to her feet and spoke.
I'm sorry, you guys, but I need to cut this short. I am very tired and I need to rest.
It's all right. We can get together again on Saturday.
Yeah, that can work for me as well. Are you ill, Ellen?
I hate the way they talk to me. They don't know what I can do and the passion I have. I wish I could just show them without them making fun of me. Why do the people I love make fun of me? David was right. I am boring.
As Ellen drifted off to sleep, she tossed and turned. Gradually, she started to dream about a woman, standing by the fire saying strange incantations as images appeared in the smoke. The dream then changed to just the woman's face, glowing by the firelight. Or was it a dream?
Who are you?
I am the Pilgrimess of the Parsonage, Karen Graber. My blood runs in your veins, my child. For centuries now, I have waited for one of my family to have the ability to carry on my craft. I now know that person is you.
What? I'm having a very bad nightmare. What craft?
You are not dreaming, child. The craft I refer to is the one that saved me, but also cost me my life before I could fully take advantage of its power.
What do you want from me?
You should ask what I can do for you. Your soul is so much like mine. Minister John Babcock had taken advantage of me, telling me how boring I was constantly until he needed to satisfy the carnal pleasure that he was not getting from his wife. When I became with child, he dismissed me and I was forced to fend for myself.
I'm sorry. I don't see how that can help me.
One of my ancestors came to me and taught me a craft that kept me alive. You are a woman full of passion, and yet you are ostracized much in the way I was. The craft helped me to be strong and to exact vengeance.
No one cares about what happens to me. I'm just boring Ellen. Everyone just uses me and then forgets I exist.
Oh, my child. They won't forget you anymore. Stand up now and let me show you what power you can have.
The glow of Karen's appearance disappeared into Ellen's body. Ellen sways back and forth with her eyes closed. When her eyes opened, a bright light emanated from them. Ellen drew a deep breath and crawled back to bed, fast asleep. And now, a word from our sponsor.
Howdy, buckaroos. My name's Big Jim McBob. Seems like folks are always asking me to speechify on things. So to help 'em out, here's Big Jim McBob's Cowboy Musings. There was a time, way back when things were different. Now, many things these days are still the same, but an old cowhand like me can still tell you a thing or three about the stuff that matters most. I'm sure we've all thought about important thoughts, thoughts that hold a special place in our hearts, minds, and souls. Just talking about those thoughts makes me think about 'em now. But the day is coming when the sun shines on your backside and a cool breeze from the mountains tells you that it's time for all of us to do something. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm just as likely as the next woman to let an armadillo in on a rainy evening in July, but even I have my limits. Just like a popsicle melts in a busted freezer and stars come out at night, except when it's cloudy, there's a feeling that will creep up on you sure as a bull moose knows his own antlers. And it's that feeling that we've all felt that feels right when we're feeling fine. I guess that's pert near all I've a hankering to speak at you right now. Good night.
With Karen's spirit possessing Ellen, she could see the hand of the Pilgrimess's past.
I can see long fingers tipped with long fingernails touching a handsome face.
That is Minister John Babcock. He would never ignore me again.
With just one touch, he is so hideous, I can hear his screams. Who is the boy at the edge of the woods?
That is the last time I could see my son with eyes of flesh, as the townsfolk tied me to a stake and burned me alive. The time is now changed, and you can use the craft without suspicion. My powers are with you now. Time for your spirit to shine. You are now the Pilgrimess of the Parsonage.
With a sudden jolt, Karen freed herself from Ellen's flesh, but left the memories and powers that she had acquired from her ancestors. Ellen began to look forward to seeing David again. The next day, she made an appointment at the bank to see him. An evil grin spread across her face. She came in dressed in her usual drab attire.
Have a seat. Thank you. It's been a while. I can see things haven't changed much with you. What can we do for you today, Ellen?
You have no idea. I want to withdraw my entire balance in savings.
Oh, wow. The long fingernails are new. What are you trying to do? Get back at me for dumping you?
No, just moving on, just like you said. Moving on with my life.
All right. Well, stay right there. I'll be right back. And here you go. Your entire savings. Good luck.
I'm not boring anymore. You won't forget me after today.
Ellen had touched David's face as she walks out. She could hear his panicking voice and starts to giggle once again.
What the... What's happening? Ellen, what did you do?
The next day, Edith and Edward came over to read the genealogy with Ellen.
Hi, where are the kids?
The girls went to a friend's birthday party. Oh, you had your fingernails done. That's not like you.
Yeah, I know. Not boring enough.
I only have an hour. Phyllis can't stand to be alone with the kids much longer than that.
My apologies, brother and sister. This is not necessary. Our family history was related to me already, or at least as much as I need to know.
Really? Who talked to you?
You won't believe me.
Oh, just cut the theatrics and tell us.
Karen Graber. Conjuring up a fireball is just one of the things she showed me. Not so boring anymore.
Not boring at all. Be careful how you talk to people. You never know what powers they may possess. So, what karma are you concocting? Thank you for listening to our story tonight. Join us next week and see what other treasures we have in the vault. This has been a production by Troop of Lost Souls Production and Film Syndicate. Written by Charlie Mitchell, produced by Anthony Stapiello, and directed by Rick L. Baker. Post-production and sound effects by Brian Collins. Commercial by Joe J. Thomas. Video post by Ricky Yvette Westmoreland. The cast was played by Joycelyn Liu as Ellen, J. Anthony McCarthy as Edward, Rhoda Pell as Edith, Stephanie Warren as Karen, and I am Trevor Bates, your psychotic storyteller and keeper of the vault. Tune in next week, if you dare.